Hey guys, it's time to talk about our wingers. They give us massive side attack, scorch the field for us, and no good team is complete without them. So let's get into it. Hey guys, I'm Uncle Mish with another Hattrick video. If you'd like to support the channel, you know what to do, and if you'd like to skip the pleasantries and go straight to the content, you can find the timestamps in the description below. So let's talk about the wingers. That's a must-have position for almost any formation. They will mainly contribute to your side attack but also are the best supporting role for midfield contribution. We have four types of wingers. The normal one, offensive, defensive and winger towards the middle. And wingers gain contribution from four different skills. The primary being wing, the major secondary being playmaking, and the two minor secondaries are defense and passing. Let's break the wingers into three tiers as well. S being the anti-level players, A being the top wingers you'll find in the best teams of your country, and B tier being the OK winger that is still good enough for the top divisions. Training wing gives you the least amount of training positions in Hattrick apart from goalkeeper, which means wingers are a bit rarer than other players and the prices of the wingers will be higher in every tier, every age compared to the other positions. Let's start with the normal wingers. For the S tier, I'll consider a 19 wing, 17 playmaking with 10 defense and passing, and also enough scoring just to realize his special events an S tier player. A double 18 playmaking and wing would be still S tier players, and the prices of such players would be around 15 million euros. For the A tier, I will drop to double 17 or maybe 18 wing with 16 playmaking, a little bit less defense and passing, and also a little bit less scoring. The prices of A tier players will be around 10 million euros. And the B tier wingers, they are probably around double 16 or maybe 16 wing, 15 playmaking. Less defense, they will still have probably okay passing, even sometimes more. I don't think they'll have any scoring at all, and the prices of the B tier wingers will be around 6 million euros. Speaking about offensive wingers, they will still have the same amount of wing, and the trade-off will be less playmaking and defense and much more passing to generate attack ratings. I haven't found anyone S tier on the transfer market, but if we look at this player and we'll give him 19 wing, he will be a good candidate to be an offensive winger. A tier offensive wingers will still, as you can see here, less defense, more passing, pretty much the same amount of wing, slightly less playmaking, and for the B tier they will have no defense at all, again all on playmaking, wing and a lot of passing. The prices of the offensive wingers will be lesser than the normal ones, they are less balanced, and usually you don't need to have a special player to be an offensive winger. In your team you just can use your normal wingers and play them offensively when you need it. Let's take a look on defensive wingers, and I absolutely love this position. Most of the managers in Hattrick don't make enough use of it or even consider it to be a valid position, but it allows you to increase your defense rating significantly and could be an ace up your sleeve in certain situations. For the trade-off, so you will lose some wing playmaking and passing and will gain much more defense on your defensive winger. For the S tier defensive wingers, you will have something like this: 17, 18 wing, 14, 15, sometimes 16 playmaking and a lot of defense, 14 to 16, something like this, with less passing on the player. For the A tier, they will have 16, 17 wing, around 14, 15, 16 playmaking and good defense as well. And for the B tier, well, less, as you could guess, 16 wing, 12, 13 playmaking and defense, that's about it. Not enough passing as well. One trick that you could use if you don't want to buy a special player to be a defensive winger, you could use your other wing backs as the defensive winger, either to increase the defense of one side significantly while maintaining some side attack, or if you have wider squad and you have a substitute wing back in good form, use him as a defensive winger. And I have definitely did this in several cases with much success. The defensive wingers are quite unique, and so are the prices. They will be worth much more than the offensive wingers, and I would say pretty much the same as the normal wingers, which means about 15 million euros for the S tier, about 10 million euros for the A tier, and around 6 million euros for the B tier. The last position I want to speak about is wingers towards the middle. You will gain midfield contribution and also center defense and center attack. In exchange, you will lose side attack and side defense. The players will be 50-50 players, with the wing and playmaking having the same importance and defense and passing still being the minor secondaries. So we saw this player. He was an S plus tier midfielder towards the wing. He could still be an S plus tier winger towards the middle. So for the S tier wingers towards the middle, I would say they will look around double 18. The A tier would be double 17, and the B tier would be double 16. The prices of such players will be, I think, slightly less than the normal wingers, and I don't think you need special players for this position. If you have good wingers with some playmaking, and in this particular match it's all about midfield, just choose your wingers towards the middle, and that would be it. Let's make a summary. The winger will contribute to your side attack and also will be the main supporter of your midfield ratings. A good winger will make use of 4 skills, wing being the primary, playmaking secondary, and 2 minor secondaries, defense and passing. A winger will also make use of his scoring, but just to realize his special event. We have 4 variations of the winger: normal, offensive, defensive, and winger towards the middle. If you have a well-balanced winger, you can use him in every situation. If not, you could use a 50-50 winger towards the middle. You could use a wing back as a winger as a defensive winger, and a defensive winger as an offensive winger. I also think that having a sub for this particular position for any successful team is a must, because you cannot allow yourself to play without a winger due to lack of form, injury or suspension, because you are just considering the whole attacking side. And if you are a team that concentrates mainly about midfield, at least have a 50-50 player who could play either as a winger or as an inner midfielder. That's my take about wingers. I strongly feel they are so important. You should always play with a couple of them in any formation. But I would love to hear your opinion. What do you think about the tiers, the importance of wingers, and maybe we could play without them at all? So write what you think in the comments below. I would love to read it. Thank you so much for all your support and feedback. Hattrick is more than game, it's a community, and I'll definitely see you in my next video.